All right, we're live. Back at you. I'm your host, Get Good Fox. You are in the Fox Republic. This is Ronan Fox Armored Security, and we are back in the Inner Sphere after giving up the Elriz ways of the clans. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Sheriff Crab. How is it going, good sir?
It's going real good. I've only got 2 full days of work, and then I'm off for 19 days in total. Can you believe it? I can, because I'm really tired.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. Like, you're going to be going on vacation, and then I'm going to hit the grindstone, because just as you're going on vacation is when Mecha Break is coming out, and I'm going to be hitting Mecha Break. I'm going to be hitting the Mecha Break content really hard. In addition to that, the end of a MechWarrior season is typically the hardest part for me, because, like, there's a lot of preparation in the MechWarrior season. For example, like, I'll show people a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing in today's stream. So I have the last of the viewer builds. So if I look at the pins, there's no more pins because I remove them as I complete them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 viewer builds. These are the mechs that you designed that I will be using. I'm hoping to get to every single one of them. Hopefully I'm not, capping on it and then we don't wind up getting to all of them. But the hope is that we can get to every one of the mechs that you guys did, as well as some of the mechs that we haven't tried out yet. Another sneak peek at what we're going to be doing. So if you didn't know, we have here the King Crab Kaiju with 4 Tier 5 binary lasers, and we've kitted it out with upgrades. And the Sheriff wasn't satisfied. He didn't think that was good enough. So I've got an Annihilator 1E here with 4 binary lasers, Tier 5, and a set of upgrades. This is no longer the Dara custom, so we'll just rename you to this. And yeah, so now we're going to do a mission with a combined 8 binary lasers, and I guess we're going to see, what happens. Here comes the sun, I guess. In addition to that, I've redone the mech bay. The mech bay, basically all of the mechs that were good have been removed. Not literally, but every mech that has already proven itself, we don't need to see what it can do anymore, has been removed, including the good ones. There might be a handful. There might be some ones that I don't know if they're good, or there might be some good ones that we just haven't tested enough. But we also have both of the Marauder 5As. We've got a viewer build over here. This is actually a viewer build. I don't know why it doesn't save my names. This is Chubby's custom build right here. If I copy and paste this, it'll be easier. We have the Marauder 4A. So this is an interesting one. This one is an all pulse laser build because the Sheriff said, I feel like we kind of don't give pulse lasers enough love. So here we've got a pulse laser, 3 large pulse lasers, and 2 small pulse lasers. I guess we'll see. The Victor 9K just hasn't been used very much, so it's getting to stay. The Marauders Bounty Hunter are both here. And they are both, we've got a PPCX build and a binary laser build. This is actually another Chubby Demon recustom. So, let me go ahead and name it correctly. The Archer Tempest is still here. The Archer 2RB is actually coming out of old cold storage. That is another viewer build, another Chubby custom build. Dara wanted to revisit the Grasshopper 5M, one of the few melee mechs that were in our mech roster, and he named it after Scarlet Black Shadow, so the SBS custom. I'm not sure if I agree with the color scheme. I feel like it's a little bit excessively desaturated, but, close enough, I suppose. What else do we have here? These grasshoppers are just models that we haven't used very much. They're very unusual, so, we got to use them a little bit. The Jaegermech Firebrand, it just hasn't been used enough. That's why it's here. The Kentaro 18P just hasn't been used. The Golden Boy is here. And this Golden Boy is actually a Chubby custom Golden Boy. The Crab 27, we've used better versions, but I did say I'd use every version. This version just has ferrofibrous armor. The Crab FL has not been used. The Blackjack 1DB. This is a mech from way earlier in the timeline that we just coincidentally couldn't find until the very end of the game. So it is not very upgraded, but, it should have some interesting gear. The Blackjack A, the Coyote Recustom. This is actually a recustom mech. Let me go ahead and rename that. Recustom just means that you guys customized it once and then I readjusted it. So this one has to be used a bit more. We've got the Hatchetman 5S. This one I'm actually like relatively interested in. You know, I actually think it could be good by Hatchetman standards. We have the very curious Panther 10P. This one's also a Chubby Demon custom, which maybe we'll go ahead and rename it. And then we have the Commando 3A, which just hasn't really been used, and a Chubby recustomed Flea 17. So we're going to try to get through as many of these as we can. That's the goal. And what we're also going to do, I am going to drop the difficulty. I'm going to go to some lower level areas so that we can actually, like, you know, realistically use some of these medium mechs. But in the beginning, let's go ahead. I went ahead and chose... what is this place called? The Davion Karita frontline. Reputation 7 to 10. It should be a pretty balanced area where we should be... Oh, look, it's Deschler. So if you don't know, if you've been watching my guides, several of the guides have actually occurred on the planet Deschler, and no one has identified it yet. No one has mentioned it in the comment section. Hey, Deschler is the name of the original MechWarrior reboot. Before there was a MechWarrior 5, there was the original MechWarrior, and the trailer for the original MechWarrior took place on the planet Deschler, and that's what my guide is actually making a reference to. It's actually a reference to the... In fact, I'll just show you a little bit of it so you know what I'm talking about, because maybe you don't even know the MechWarrior reboot trailer. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. So this was see right here, it's 3015, planet is Deschler. It actually occurred in 3025, so you know they're kind of capping on the actually, when did it occur? Let me look real fast. I know, right here, Deschler. It occurred, yeah, 3025. I'm about to say. Don't question me, game. Don't question me. So this didn't. I mean, this could. There's no reason it couldn't have occurred in 3015. There could have just been a made-up Draconis Combined invasion, but you know, we can see. Let's take a look at the old Warhammer real fast. So it's the classic OG Warhammer. Let's go. They do fight an Atlas. Here's look at this. It's an OG Atlas. Not completely OG, but this was going to be the original not original Warhammer. This was going to be the original MechWarrior, but they couldn't get the funding for it, unfortunately. So it got, it didn't get the funding, and then it basically got turned into MechWarrior 5. Like, so that's a brief summarization of the story there. But let's go do this. We've got a Warzone, and a raid triple mission against Triangle Heads. Drop weight is 315. Once again, choosing a lower difficulty area just so that we can actually use some of these smaller mechs safely. Let me go ahead and just, I don't know, let's bring an artillery strike just for the hell of it. So, what do you want to start out using? Do you want to begin with the 4 binary laser strategy, or do you want to start getting into some of these viewer mechs?
That can be our finale. Let's say we go with the viewer mechs first. What do you think?
Okay, we can do that. We can start with one of those. I mean, we want to make sure we use the binary lasers multiple times, but yeah, we can definitely get into it.
True. Do you want to? What way do you want to do? Let's just pick a random one.
I'm going to just pick one. What's the weight level? 315. Let me try to squeeze some of these lighter mechs in, just because I really want to get some of these lighter mechs in. So I'm going to use the Golden Boy. This is Chubby Demon's redesigned Golden Boy, and I'll let you pick. I will show the mech while... Where is it?
I kind of like to just do them in order, because I always end up forgetting which one I've done.
So this is Chubby Demon's Golden Boy. Right. It has 3 SRM4s, so for a combined SRM, for SRM 12, and then it has a pair of LRM 10 streams, and then 2 small laser short bursts for a little bit of close quarters work. We're looking at 3 tons of LRM ammo, 2 tons of SRM ammo, and then a whole bunch of double heat sinks. So this turns it into kind of like a brawler type build. I actually feel pretty good about this design. This design doesn't seem bad to me. Obviously, if we had a single LRM 20, we would save potentially a little bit of tonnage. What is it? 5, but it might not be possible. Yeah. Let me see. Valid only. How much does a LRM 20 weigh? 10? No, you wouldn't save anything. Yeah, it'd be 10. So it's actually exactly the same. It's only the odd number ones that you can save tonnage on. So yeah, you wouldn't even be able to save anything there. I guess you could do an LRM 15 and an LRM 5, and you'd save 1 ton. But I don't know. It's kind of like, let's not get too technical on like what you could do. Also, it does have open hands, so 15 damage on punch, which is a advantage. And I kept it in its original color scheme. I actually think the Golden Boy looks really cool. I think it's one of the better looking.
It's amazing.
Original, like just standard paint jobs. So let me go ahead and put some stuff in here. I don't know. Let's put him in an archer. Let's put him in a grasshopper, I guess. Or I'll put him in this. There we go. I'll put him in the big, no, we don't, I don't want to put him in that because then it'll put it on, it'll need repairs. Okay, we'll put him in this. This will be good. And while we're loading, let's say hi to the chat. Jet Knight Gaming says, hey, I want to be the very best. Like, oh, one ever was. To catch them is real trash. To train them is my cause. Primark GG says, take your time. Better to be a little late. Yeah, I needed a little bit of time to explain what we were doing behind the scenes because, like, just need to coordinate behind the scenes so we're on the same page. Chubby Demon says, how's it going, gentlemen? Welcome to the show, Chubby. Primark says, going, gone. The Marauder 4 is now the light show. That's probably a good way to describe it. I agree. Michael says, do State of Decay. If you wait really, really long for an undisclosed amount of time, it may happen. I will not give any specifics on when. It might be tomorrow. It might be in 100 years. I will leave that as a surprise. Consider it like a gacha system. You crank the gachapon system, and who knows? Most of the time you get a common, which would be never. Sometimes you might get like a rare, and sometimes you might get an extra rare. Ricebox says, hello, chat, and Red Eric, too. Welcome to the show. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, this has been kind of redesigned into a brawler, and as a result, we want to use it like a brawler, which means kind of just fitting into whatever the battlefield wants at the moment. Even though we're very good at close combat, but we're not horrendous at long-range combat either. So I could definitely knock out some vehicles, I can shoot down helicopters, I can do a little bit of anything I want. If there's a really ugly mech approaching, I can soften them up with the LRMs. 3 tons of LRMs is a decent quantity. So that's really the thing you're going for here. You want to use this as a brawler mech. I'm up to 6 drinks. Can it be beer? That way I don't die.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Okay, if it's beer, then eventually we'll get to the point that even beer won't help. But you're gonna bomb it.
Why not? Oh my goodness! I can't.
You know what would be nice is if you could just like open up your
pick on the map.
Yeah, and just be like, oh boy.
That may have been absolutely horrendous. What's attacking me?
I have no idea.
I think Jägermech might just be perfectly in the middle of that circle, but I can't tell.
It's hitting something hitting it. It hit the, it scratched up the longbow a little bit, actually. Actually, the Jägermech got cooked, actually.
Yeah, that could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse. The Jägermech is not happy with me giving him like the golden shower at the moment, but I guess he'll probably be okay. It'll be fine.
The longbow is the goofiest looking thing.
Yeah, it's like, when they conceptualize, because like the longbow I believe is from Macross. Or it was originally conceptualized and then purchased by Harmony Gold for usage in Macross. And, I mean, it fits Macross's art style, because I believe they were all made by the same people. So right here, you know, this guy's really fragile, so I can actually just bomb him with missiles. Like, there's no need to get any closer, because he'll eventually get close enough to me, and I can just, like, bomb him with these missiles, and it'll start, like, really weakening him. Like, that's what I mean by, you know, you can use that brawler element of this mech to your advantage. Okay. Lots of scouts in this mission. This is a lower level mission, but still, like, a lot of scouts. It's not that low of a mission. Drop weight's like 315 tons, so it's not that low of a mission.
Are helicopters attacking a Manticore? I have a feeling he's not going to win that battle.
It's so funny, you know, in real life, the helicopter is like the counter to tanks, but in this game, tanks just obliterate. I mean, helicopters are trash. The only time helicopters are relevant is when you're trying to flee, because they can they're faster than you by like a long shot.
Oh. Primarch GG says my artillery strike was almost perfect. I know. They're so hard. They're so hard to aim.
Getting some
No,
SAM site anti-helicopter fire here. You know, I'm thinking one thing I do need to try on this mech, I need to push its heat, because if its heat is workable, I might be able to remove some heat sinks and go into Artemis LRMs, because that extra accuracy really makes a difference. Extra accuracy is really nice. So I feel like I've used the brawler aspects of the mech enough. Let me start using just the close combat capabilities more. I feel like we've seen that, so let me just get in here and just start blasting these guys down. One thing that the LRMs also do, it gives you a very high battle participation, meaning basically as long as something is in radar range, you can immediately begin attacking the next target. It could be like, you could kill one thing, though, it's over there, just start locking. You could just immediately start fighting. That's another advantage.
What happened? Like, did you headshot him? Did you?
If he got headshot, someone else did it, because I was like spraying him with like SRMs.
Yeah, the SRMs are pretty good at headshotting. I probably was you then, because it wasn't me.
You ever use airstrikes with a tag? It's pretty nice, but I usually skip it in favor of money. I mean, I like to use airstrikes either when I'm messing around, or if it's a demo. I don't mind bringing an airstrike for a demo. That's probably, I would say probably its best use is demolition. Second best use is probably assassination, just because like there can be a lot of targets together. Coming in with the melee attacks. Oh, it's a battle master. Not happy to see you. He's not happy to see you either. You can hear that sword slicing into him.
It's a nice mech. It's actually like a miniature version of my Banshee 2P, is what this is.
Yeah, it's not even the highest quality either. It has no upgrades, and it has, I believe, a tier 1 longsword. Like, it could go much farther than that. Like, yeah, I don't think, when Dara made it, I don't think he was trying to be experimental. Like, he just wanted to build something sensible since he named it after Scarlet. So, like I said, it could go even farther. I could definitely see it look like it was working to me. It looks like it's a pretty solid mech overall.
Yep, I like it. Like I say, if you sort of standard lasers and sword and a fist, is basically what I do in the Banshee, so I'm very familiar with this kind of play.
Yeah, this Kintaro GB is kind of exactly what I thought it would be. It's actually very similar to me piloting the Agincourt, because this is how I build the Agincourt, with some LRMs, SRMs, and then, like, you know, usually a pair of surgical lasers, same speed as well. So, you know, this is basically like a lower ton version of the Agincourt, and you know that is a compliment, considering the Agincourt is one of my favorite mechs overall.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great start for the Golden Boy.
Fair to say that neither of us were out of our comfort zone with those mechs.
Oh yeah, that Cataphract got headshot, but yeah, like
I don't know who did that. Don't know.
I think I'm just gonna let all of this roll over, and I'll take that medium mace. Melee weapons are always worth it. Melee weapons are kind of uncommon, so I'll take those. Any rare weapons? No. All right, I'm gonna let that roll over in case there's an interesting mech. And we did about the same amount of damage, that's funny. But you got more kills, which makes sense since, like, the sword hits. Like, the sword is really good at securing the kills.
Yeah, that's right. A bit of a finisher. Okay, so I'm just going to go through these chronologically, unless they're
all right, I'm going
used.
to... Yeah, so let's see what's next on the list. So you use the Grasshopper, I use the Kintaro. I'll use the Archer 2RB next.
Okay, I'll use the Flea.
Where's my Archer 2RB at?
What is this? Warzone or demo?
I believe it's
Warzone?
another... I think it's another Warzone. Let me double check.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's perfect for this.
Yeah, it's another Warzone. So, let me load in some other mechs. I'm gonna try to give them some mechs that are not on the list for testing. That way we don't, like, you know, cannibalize our stuff. A little underweight, but that's mainly due to the flea. That's not a big deal, though. So let's take a look at this mech. This is Chubby Demon's custom Archer 2RB. 2RB is the Star League model. So first, what's different about it is it has Endo Steel. Endo Steel is actually a really important upgrade. That's a big deal. So what the space saved allows a Chubby to put on a pair of LRM 15s with the Artemis system. And then he did a little bit of a... pull a fastball here. 2 medium lasers, so less power on paper, but we've got a tag. And it did call for a tier 5 tag, and I just happen to have a tier 5 tag, which is a kind of a big deal because the extra range is important, because that means I can tag for my own missiles. And I think that's pretty interesting. There are 6 tons of Artemis ammo. That's actually really important because I could definitely fire through 6 tons of Artemis ammo. Like, you know, do not test me, Chad. I can shoot through 10 or I could shoot through 6 tons of Artemis ammo. And then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 double heat sinks, which should be good enough. I think that should be good enough. I don't see that being a problem. These are also not the highest quality Artemis LRM 15s, so, you know, we could do even better, but here we go. Red Eric says, you ever use air... Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Do we use airstrikes with a tag? I don't know how airstrikes would interact with tag, but I do use them in mainly demolition missions. But normally I just want more resources. Normally I just want more money or something like that. But in demo missions, you do get some really annoying ones, and the artillery can help on a really annoying demo mission. But, you know, the kind where you need to destroy, like, every atomic particle of the base. I just realized that my voice volume is... dead, so let's go ahead and bring you up to a 30. Let's do 45.
Partisan, nope, that is what kills me.
Alright, so I actually, because the tag is so important, I actually set the tag to my second button instead of my lasers on the second button. So right here you can see I can tag for myself. And that's because the tier 5 tag actually has pretty good range. It's actually pretty good. I think it's going to go up to about 500 meters. Yeah, the range on the tag is 562 meters, which is, you know, short by LRM standards. You know, you could fire way farther than that. But, you know, it's still good. I mean, good enough for me. Like, you know, you can tag. I don't know how much of a difference tag and Artemis system make together, but I guess that's something we'll have to try. We'll have to try the tag playthrough. Well, we can roll the tag playthrough bundled up into other things. Like, tag alone.
I'm not attacking that partisan. I'm staying within the confines of these walls until that partisan is dead. It's in the north.
Alright, I will go search for him.
That is like flea killer. Like, that thing will kill me within seconds.
That's what it was, like, built to do.
It literally is a flea annihilator.
It was, like, born for that purpose.
With the supercharger, whatever the hell this thing is, the mask, it runs at 179 kilometers an hour.
I was wondering how fast it would go, because, yeah, it does have the arena supercharger, not the standard supercharger. I'm pretty sure I damaged it, but unfortunately I'm not able to make... Oh, there it is. There we go. I got the tag on it.
That's like between 110 and 120 miles per hour, roughly speaking.
That's like highway speeds. That's like, I mean, that's like fast enough that I get worried. Like when I'm on the, if I'm driving really late at night on a highway, then I can go 120. That's approaching the maximum speed my car can even do. But like, it's like a concerning amount of speed. I'm not gonna lie. Like you start to feel like the wind affecting the car.
I just want to point out that airstrike was literally on top of those mechs.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I love how this wall is specifically in the way. Like the wall is protecting them rather than us. I mean, to me, these missiles look really accurate. Did you see those missiles just like make that super sharp turn into that mech? Like those missiles made like a nasty turn. Like they're just like they're hungry for it.
Must have really kicked over the beehive here, Commander. More hostiles inbound.
I mean, if every single missile of an LRM hits you, like the reason why a lot of people don't like LRM is because most of the missiles miss, or like half of the missiles miss, and it winds up really not doing that much damage. Let me tell you, if you get hit by every single missile, that is a lot of damage. And it doesn't matter that the damage isn't concentrated when it's just so much damage. All right, I got him tagged. Let me see what I can do to this guy. That's the reason why some of the enemies that do the most damage to you is just when you ignore, like, when you know, if you just sit there ignoring that longbow will do so much damage to you.
This thing is so stupidly quick. It's not even fun. I would think if you ran into like an Atlas in this full speed, you'd probably die.
I wouldn't be surprised. It has like virtually no. I mean, there is no. I guess you could remove all of its rear armor and put it all forward, but is it underground? It better not be underground.
It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck.
Okay.
Lance target received.
Yeah, it looks like only 1 or 2 missiles even miss out of that. Like, it's so accurate. Of course, now he's in my jamming range. Don't do it! Don't do it! Okay, we got him.
I like this. Oh, do not shoot me with. What is that? That Blackjack has 2 ER PPCs. That's crazy.
Fortunately, this mech is fully armored too, so even though I'm taking a little bit of counter fire, you know, I still got like full armor for this job, so it's not like the end of the world if I eat some hits. What a jerk. I got this, like, hunchback trying to kick my ass. Not trying. He's actually doing a pretty good job of it overall.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Now, this guy, I can just safely bombard him at this distance. You know, there's no reason to get any closer.
I say as I gallop towards him at 170 kilometers an hour.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Like, if you can get a lock on him, then I can just, like, shoot him. That's exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna, like, let the missiles fly. This reloads quickly. That thing... What happened to my internal... I have internal damage on my left torso, even though my armor is...
That is so weird.
Hold on a second.
That matches the class of beetle we're after. Take it out.
No, maybe my armor is destroyed. It's. I think it's actually a visual glitch on my. I think it's a visual glitch.
Yeah, your armor is destroyed in the front, or damaged at least.
What a jerk!
Helicopter, big one. Ah, run away. Right, I'm gonna go and get a lock on some of these losers.
And you know, this is without like an actual LRM lance. Like if we had a lance that had LRMs, this would be even more effective. Missiles going over my ally for a change instead of like blowing my own guys up.
Target destroyed.
I see you're having fun with that catapult over there.
Destroyed.
It didn't even look at it. It didn't even turn. It was so fixated on like you or whoever else was over there.
It feels like that mech is like
Inbound on your
the
position.
butt stabber
Get ready
prime.
for some company.
No one's even looking at it. It's
One of our
crazy.
assigned targets is flying in.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna
Oh
back
my
up.
goodness.
I'm backing up.
My dog just farted, and honestly, I feel like something may have just died in my room.
Like, why are animal farts so bad?
Her farts are absolutely putrid, and I mean that with, as much as I love her, they are disgusting.
Actually, let's get this guy.
Missile.
Fire the missiles back at him. As he gets closer, he might get into tag range, but if he doesn't, I can just keep volleying him with missiles. It's really not that big a deal. I'll do it. This guy's elite, too, so he's going to take a beating. Did you kill that guy by yourself?
Destroyed. Target
That's right, yeah.
acquired.
That was
Target
overkill.
destroyed.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
He
What
jumped!
happened?
He jumped into me! That's crazy!
Continuing to converge
At the
on your
last
location.
second!
Stay frosty, Commander.
I literally had taken no damage to that point either.
It's no damage, or it's all the damage.
Literally, I was running behind him and he just jumped up and his foot caught me and destroyed my center torso in like 1 second.
Did he bump it? Was it collision damage?
Yeah, it was definitely collision damage. I literally didn't get shot once in that entire mission. That's crazy. I got too close. Yeah, I got jump kicked. That's crazy.
And you thought this wasn't Gundam, where you can't do like more acrobatic melee attacks? Time to see what kind of damage the mech got.
Successful.
It perfectly center torso. I didn't take any damage anywhere else. Death from above. Death from below. Literally, as he jumped, his foot like caught me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't even think it was a... Okay, you could... It's like he got took out by the liftoff of the mech rather than the fall
Yeah.
of the mech. So it's like,
Oh,
it's
no,
like not even like a DFA in the traditional sense. This mech has an XL engine. It might actually sell pretty well.
I got 9 mech kills I'm just putting out there. The damage like perfectly radiates out from the middle. That was clumsy. I think I got too close, to be honest. I can't really blame the glitch. If I get too close to a mech and it jumps, that's my fault, not it.
Well, Raptor lived despite, you know, getting kicked by
82 days
Master
injured.
Asia, the undefeated of the East.
Yeah. He's like needs his leg surgically reattached or something because 82 days on the sidelines is quite a long time.
You're not joking about that. Looks like we are going to need a new supercharger, but that's fine. We're gonna go order a new supercharger. Let me go.
I'll tell you
ahead
what,
and-
though,
Oh, I can't do that
Chubby.
right now.
Yes, I did get squished. That's a really fun mech, I have to say. A really fun mech. You'll like that one, Fox, when you get around to using it.
Well, the last mission is... What is it? It's a raid. So,
Raid.
let me
Now,
look at
what
the
else
list.
am I using?
Um...
What did you use there? The 2RB?
Yeah, I use the Archer 2RB. It's gonna need repairs, though. Let me see if there's any mechs that have completed their repairs. Okay, I'm gonna use the Grasshopper, this one here, just because I need to use it as well. A good
Okay,
enough
I'll use the
reason is
golden
in.
blue one.
Let me get somebody in to replace, you know, his, like, absolutely, like, destroyed ass. Let me see. Let me bring some stuff in.
Oh, so annoying. Right then, I took literally 0 damage right up to that point as well.
Okay.
What can you do?
I mean, as the chat said, that is the flea life. You either have all of your armor or you have none of your armor. It's like kind of like no in between. That's the reason why I don't really like the flea. That's why I prefer the fire starter. Like the fire starter would have survived that. It's
I
got
wonder
enough
the worst is
Locations.
running no armor in that mech, and just like I mean, if you hit once, you're dead.
Good hunting.
Well, you wouldn't want to
Just
get, you wouldn't want a machine gun to kill you.
Well, true.
When they reach the target area.
I mean, I guess it could be. I mean, the thing is, if you removed all the armor, what would you put in return? Like, because like that mech, there really isn't much else you can do. It's using the biggest guns it can use. Like, you can't use like there is no like heavy medium laser, or there is no binary medium laser or binary small laser. So it's already using the heaviest weapons it can use.
True, that's true. And it doesn't exactly have heat problems either.
Let's see what the chat's saying while we travel. Glitch Online says, Red Eric, does tag need to stay on the target while the airstrike is locking on? I have no idea how it works. Like, it's a good question. I've never even considered something like that. Red Eric responds, the tag inside the airstrike scope, once the fills up, it's locked on and you don't have to keep it tagged anymore. Interesting.
I didn't even know they combined.
I have literally never even considered something like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Primark says it would be funny if the tag had damage of 1 per second, so you could add that onto the enemy units.
New target, Phoenix Hawk.
I mean, I guess the downside is that it would alert people, because, like, it doesn't alert people, which is kind of nice about it. Like, if you're a mech that is just, like, an observation-based mech, then, you know, like, you might not want them to be just alerted in general.
Incoming missile.
Come closer! Stop running, you asswipe! You know what, I might have to clip his leg. I'm gonna get his
Of course, he
sword on
jumped out
real
of
fast.
this bombing or something.
Ooh, I got his leg. It's chicken tonight, boys. I got that Phoenix leg. Chicken tonight! Give me that!
Commander, that mech is going critical.
Who is this over here? I want this enforcer. Actually, this enforcer is just about to go down. Nothing, a few medium pulse. Oh, you get close to me? Bad idea. I'm gonna get his leg. Give me your leg. I got his leg. Where's the other leg at?
Target destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, 5 medium pulse lasers and a heavy longsword. It does the job. Yeah, and you're right. It's kind of like a small version of the Banshee. Why is there a mech that's just kind of just sitting there?
Forming on the commander.
The one I killed?
Hold on a second. What is it? Oh, this guy's stuck. He's stuck at the drop site. Like a dope. Oh, God. He's killing my mech. God, he was using the mask and killing my mech. Holy crap. Ugh.
Right on cue. VTOL on approach.
Oh, I don't have lasers in my arms, so I can't shoot the helicopters. I don't have the angle.
Like the Banshee.
The Griffin
What's
skipped
going on
leg
over
day.
here?
I mean, admittedly, when you've got like a long sword, like everyone has skipped leg day.
Target down.
I'm gonna try to navigate through this junk. Well, I'll see if my allies are
If
capable
you just
of
follow
like
up the way I came, it's fine.
attempting this like complicated. Let's see if my allies are capable of doing this.
Target is down.
Hunchback 4 HP. We'll see if he has more than 4 HP.
Target
And a
trebuchet.
trebuchet. They're not gonna notice me. They definitely don't see the guy with like a giant like sword coming towards them.
New target.
I am a real black shadow. I'm very stealthy. I basically have a cloaking device on.
Nice work. Your down target is about to go critical.
Target destroyed.
See that?
Target
I just
destroyed.
assassinated that mech. That was a mech assassination. I went in completely undetected. They had no idea what was going to happen there. Same with him. He didn't see it coming. I just walked in and mollywopped his ass.
Falling in behind you.
What was that guy doing over there? The archer.
Primarch says, don't worry that the AI is using the supercharger. The game doesn't blow it up. Yeah, I actually know that. It's just, the beeping just caught me by surprise, and I just kind of blurted that out. I was just like, oh shit, I'm like dying. Because like, I don't hear that noise very often, so it just like thunderstruck me.
Archer finally decided to come along.
I assassinated that toddler-sized robot. Yeah, I know. That's the honorable way to do things. Here at Ronin Fox, assassinating toddlers is one of our services that we offer. Like, you know, it's a dirty job. You know, you don't understand. Ronin Fox Armored Security, we do the dirty jobs. Like, if you need to destroy that facility full of residential sectors, Ronin Fox will do it for you. Especially if it, and we might give you a discount if it's the Federated Sun's residential sector. Oh, we have a Jaeger mech over. Oh, my stealth systems aren't working. I need to like hide and recloak. Here, let's peek, 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 peek. Oh, he's still looking for me. He's right there.
Target acquired.
Oh, he's trying to get me.
Target's ID.
Ah, somebody ambushed him. It's time to move in. Although he's a Jaeger mech, he's not going to have the armor to survive that. Very unlikely. Or he's getting into cover. Maybe it'll work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
This is
Wait,
a short
who
story.
is this medium mech back here?
I don't know. He just ran off, so I just let him run off.
Alright, I'm going to have words with him.
Shared target identified.
He doesn't see me coming. Watch how stealthy I am. He doesn't see me coming. I'm going to approach through stealth in a way that he has no idea.
Really? That didn't count?
Ah! Got his arm.
Enemy mech down.
He stole my kill. Even though I was going to reach my hand into his robo-gat. I should, like, not pay him this month for stealing my kill. Yeah, melee mechs get ignored a lot by the AI, so, like, you can actually use that to your advantage. Which I do all the time. It's actually a really good way to use the melee mechs because, I mean, an ambush from a melee mech is really devastating because melee weapons do so much damage, especially if a high-tier melee weapon. What did they want us to destroy here?
Target neutralized.
I mean, they want me to, like, pound this thing into the dirt. I destroyed it, like, and then I had to go and, like, blast the foundations of it.
Targets, Commander.
Dropship.
Now get back here before hostiles converge on your position.
You don't say.
Up to you if you want to ditch or not.
I kind of just want to squish them.
Let's do it. I'll let you know with the drop.
I don't even see the dropship. Oh,
A Commander 2P and a quick draw.
that's funny. We're actually still far away from you.
That helicopter just crashed into that building.
Target acquired.
Primarch says that it's not just melee mechs. The AI ignores all mechs as long as you don't shoot them. That is not entirely true. They have... It is approximately true, but there is some nuance to it. The AI has a... It has a target list that basically, because if you tell all of your mechs to hold fire, that will not stop them from beginning the fight. Like they are more than happy to begin opening fire, but they do have a list of targets that they prefer. Like if you ordered all of your mechs to stop shooting, and let's say they were different mechs, the AI does have preferences of which mechs that it considers inherently more threatening. So some mechs start with a higher threat rating than other mechs. And then now, if your mech has a high threat rating and you don't do any shooting, and then other mechs start shooting, yeah, the AI may switch off of you, or if you break line of sight, the AI may switch off of you. But it's like, there's some technicalities with it. Jet Knight says, I recently got a Battle Master that has EMC and Probe. What do they do? ECM is something that basically jams the enemy's radar. It's like, I can tell you what it's supposed to do. I don't know how good it is at what it does. What it's supposed to do is, it's like anti-tag or anti-Artemis, where when an enemy attempts to use missiles on you, it makes the missiles spread out more so that they are more likely to miss. So like if they fired an LRM-20 at you and maybe 10 to 12 of the missiles would have hit, maybe it will bring it down to like 8 of the missiles hit.
Time to collect our pay.
Like, that's just kind of like a theoretical idea. Another thing that ECM does is if you get close to an enemy, then the ECM will scramble up their computer, kind of like getting hit with a PPC. Not nearly as severe, though. It's supposed to cause the AI to get an aim penalty. I don't know how effective it is, though. It says like a 20% loss of accuracy for a good quality ECM. But if you're asking, like, is it good? Like, does that make a difference? I actually have no idea. That's something that I would need to try out, which is why I am interested in doing an ECM playthrough. The Beagle Active... Oh, the other thing ECM does is you can switch the ECM's mode to a counter jamming mode, where you basically will cancel out their ECM effect. That's like another thing that you can do with it. Okay, we need to go and get this mech repaired now that we're free of that multi-operation. Let me go over here. The other thing that you can do, what does the probe do? The probe is definitely more obviously useful. What the probe does is give you a stronger radar that's at a shorter range. Like, you've got your standard radar, and then the probe is like a secondary radar that's really, really strong. It doesn't have an extremely long range, but what the probe does is it will detect an enemy regardless of your line of sight. So if they're completely behind a building, it will still detect them, and it will keep them active on your radar as well as all of your allies' radar. So let's go ahead and get us a new one of these things. We need one of these, so let me just buy one of those real fast. And let's go ahead and...
Oh, I lost connection to the host.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, while you're coming back, I will get this fixed up. Shazam-a-lam, back in
you're
there.
ready.
Boom. Dara is joining as a Delta member. That is the highest membership that we offer here. He is a long-time member of the Fox Republic. He says, just joining the stream, got to use the SBS. Yeah, so the sheriff used it first, and then I used it afterwards. So we both had a chance to use that one. And what we're going to do now is search for another mission to do, preferably a Davion squishing mission. There's a triangle head squishing mission. There is, so we got multiple triangle head squishing missions. But Davion squish? No Davion squishing missions. It's a sad day when I cannot cause pain to the Federated Sons. And once again, thank you so much for you don't really subscribe on YouTube. Remembering up as a Delta member. Also, in addition to that, Dara is going to be one of our Mecha Break pilots, which is coming out in a week. So we've got a raid and a garrison duty. Let's go ahead and take this. This is one, this is even a little bit lower difficulty, which means I'm probably going to use some of our lightest mechs in this one.
You'll have limited visibility out there.
I am going to take a risk and try using the, this one here. Still a pretty high-level mission for a mech like this, so I'm mainly going to be hoping that they ignore me. And in order to help them ignore me, I'm going to probably put a more threatening mech on the field. Maybe a Victor. Also, yeah, you could definitely do the Marauder. That's also a good one. Let me give them both of the Marauders. There. So now there's a lot of mechs that are way more threatening than my Panther. Let me go ahead and take a look at the Panther so you can see what was customized about it. So this is Chubby Demon's Panther PNT 10P. This is the kind of weird one that has an autocannon, a pair of two pair of ballistic slots, and this has basically been kind of like, it's kind of like a revisiting of the standard Panther that would normally have a PPC and an SRM, but now what we have is an AC-10 solid slug and an SRM-6, 2.5 tons of LBX ammo and 1.5 tons of SRM ammo and 2 double heat sinks. So and full armor. So this should be good. Obviously, we are in a not an advisable level of difficulty for this mech, but I think we can make it work. Jet Knight Gaming asks, when you start a new season, do you use the same file or do you start fresh? I have always started fresh. I mean, if I feel like things are taking too long, I would consider doing a previous save file. But usually, I like to go through the whole storyline and everything.
Target destroyed.
Typically speaking. Oh, I forgot. This mech is faster than normal. It's an 81. Oh, it's at 81 kilometers. Wow, it's pretty good. Still slow by a light mech, but you know it should actually feel pretty decent. Like that actually makes me feel a lot more comfortable with this mech, because I was worried that it would be very slow, very vulnerable. But with 81 kilometers, that is definitely fast enough to do some brawling or skirmishing bullshit.
Target acquired.
Rude.
Target destroyed.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
Oh, the tree cucked me. Damn, the shots are heavier on this one. That was like good for an AC-5, not good for a AC-10 though. Gotta aim a little higher, I suppose. Alright, so we need to destroy all the targets at all the locations. This is Chubby Demon's paint scheme. It ironically turned out to be kind of a revision of the Ronin Fox color scheme. Ronin Fox's color scheme being a interpretation of the channel's colors. The channel's colors were strategically chosen too. Like, they are not like random colors.
That matches the class of beetle we're after. Take it out.
Alright, we can use this to definitely get behind people and backstab them. But at the same time, because it's a solid slug autocannon, we could also use it to provide long-range fire support. You can kind of get a little bit of both things going. Jet Knight Gaming asks, why would you use solid slug over regular autocannon? Primarch says, for more range. Well, yeah, I mean, the solid slug, as you can see, it's basically like your standard autocannon. So you would use it as more of like a sniping weapon, which, I mean, you could do solid. You could do scattering projectiles. Like, you know, there's nothing saying you couldn't do it. It does give you a different feel to the mech, though. It does require more accuracy. Another advantage is that you get all of your damage in one lump sum. Like, some mechs might definitely prefer that, too. Like, you might want 4 solid slugs on an annihilator, for example, because then you can kind of, like, just batter the enemies at, like, a medium range, really concentrate the damage and, like, plow through them. You also have more headshot potential. But, I mean, you could go either way. I don't see... I feel like this mech would work just fine in either direction. Let me see if that Orion's targeting me. I don't think it is, but... So I'm just going to strategically remove... Okay, that weapon is destroyed. So this is how we're going to use this mech. We're just going to get behind people. And, like, I'm just going to start working their robo-jet up. That's exactly how we're going to use this mech. Because, once again, we're a little bit under... Not a little bit. We're a lot underweight. So the way we maximize our damage is by focusing all of our DPS on their weak point. And their weak point is their robo-jet.
Target acquired.
Now, on a lower difficulty, you could probably just walk up and just blast people. Like, this would probably be decent in arena, honestly.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh my god. I'm getting cucked by the base.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I didn't know that this 10p was moved so quickly. Like, I didn't think the 10p was going to be very good. Or I felt like it was, oh, it's like, you know, it's the Panther, but that extra speed is actually making a really big difference.
Yeah, I quite like that mech. I've used it a few times before. I think it comes with 2 AC2s or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the original design. Riceblack says that he prefers the solid slug more than the standard, the scattering projectiles. Yeah, like I said, there's different reasons to use each of them. Like,
yeah.
I like them both. I mean, I don't know if I have a preference of one over the other, because, like, I like scattering projectile on a very aggressive mech, where I don't want to spend the time aiming. I just want to, like, hit their center of mass and kill them. But then if I'm doing a more fire support type of mech, then, or like a brawler or a sniping mech, then yeah, I would prefer the solid slug, because I want the accuracy. I want to be able to, like, hammer the enemy down at the maximum range possible. Miguel Monte says, hello there, an LBX-10 Panther, love it already. This is actually a viewer build. This is the Chubby Demon custom build. I'm using a lot of the viewers' mechs right now. And it has his custom paint scheme, which is the same as that one. The one that the Sheriff is piloting is another one of Chubby's mechs. And these are actually the last of the viewer mechs, like, if we can get to them all today. If we get to all the mechs today, then we will have gotten through every one. Oh, under attack.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Let me see here.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
A Spooter. Not a very big threat. But we're fast enough that we should be able to track him down. Oh, he's going to run into me. That's the biggest threat, as a light mech is crashing into things. I actually fear crashing into things more than just being shot at, because I can control a lot better whether enemies are shooting at me. But crashing into people really stinks. Fortunately, the Panther is a 35-ton mech, and it's fully armored, so if they do crash into me, if I hit the brakes too, because the speed at which you travel has a lot to do with whether or not you're going to take more impact damage or not. And, you know, I can hit the brakes usually just in time. The AC-10 is in the arm, so it's actually really handy for these kinds of moments, because it has a little more accuracy, because the arm is a bit more flexible.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
So Jet Knight's clarifying his question. Let me take this thing out real fast. He says, oh, we got a dropship. All right, let me read this while the dropship's coming in. No, I mean the difference between AC-10 and LBX solid slug other than weight. Okay, the reason you would use regular AC-10 is you would never use regular AC-10. But I to be less, like, facetious, the answer, you would use regular AC-10 when you don't have LBX AC-10, because it's too early in the game and you just haven't salvaged any lost tech. But you just wouldn't want to use regular AC-10. Regular AC-10 is not amazing, unfortunately. You would just want to use an AC-5 instead.
Tango eliminated.
Acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Yes, the arm is really, really useful. Like, it's very, very... I really don't like it when mechs don't have any weapons in the arm, any ranged weapons in the arm, just because I do use the extra flex. Like, you can see it right here. So, the upper crosshair is my arm, and the middle crosshair is my missile. So, the crosshair, even though I'm aiming up high, the missiles go where my torso aim is, and then the autocannon goes up high because of the difference between the flexibility in the arms versus the torso.
Hey, the Igors.
Rifleman.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can grab this guy's robot yet. Might not have a chance to grab its robot yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack it. Oh God!
Kill shots.
Well, The Smash Bros crossover with BattleTech. This is the MechWarrior 5 Smash Bros crossover. You know, we just got him with the home run bat right there. You know, pretty meta pro play, typically speaking. You know, I am pretty good at Smash Bros.
That mech is about to go critical.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Scratch that target off the list. That was a great showing, Commander. Our benefactor will be pleased with our success. Now get back to the dropship ASAP.
That was probably the most insane mech ragdoll. I mean, we've seen some pretty weird mech ragdoll physics. That's normally the vehicles do that. Normally the vehicles go really out of control, but normally the mechs don't go that out of control. But you know,
Some mechs are kind of prone to it, like the Phoenix Hawk. I feel like does that a lot.
Usually the Phoenix Hawk is the designated mech break dancer, but even the Phoenix Hawk has never break danced to like such an extent.
No.
That was.
He was feeling the music there.
Showing, Commander. Our employers will be pleased.
Yeah, I mean, he was like basically like, let me bust it down for you, Mark. Miguel says weapons become relevant when the player absorbs losses on the field. All of a sudden, golden weapons are gone. Well, look at that, an AC5. Ricebox says, what the hell? Primarch says, potato ragdoll. Yeah, that thing just got, like, absolutely knocked the fuck out. Like, it did not have a chance. There's a multi-op, so I'm gonna let this roll over. Unless there's some interesting weapons. I don't think there's any interesting weapons, though. Assault katana.
Just the one more mission. No, it's the defense.
And use the Splazer on it. Get the salvage a Splazer. Yeah, this Panther is actually pretty nice. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I think you could go in different directions with it, but I don't even think different directions would necessarily be better or worse. I think it would just be different. Like, I think that was perfectly fine. Okay, I'm going to use the Crack Flea. And I'm going to put them in some LRM mechs because it's a defense mission. Unless you want to use one of these.
Nope, I only have to use this mech, I believe. Is there one more I have to do? Or is that them all? The 2RB is the next one after this. So I'm going to do the Marauder and the Archer 2RB.
Yeah, and it'll be ready by then. Okay, so this is... Oh, I should show this build. So this build is another Chubby Demon build. Another one of our viewer builds. This is Chubby Demon's Flea 17. What we have is 2 medium pulse lasers, 3 small pulse lasers, and then the real secret sauce to this mech is the Arena Supercharger. The Arena Supercharger basically acts like a sprinting mechanic. Like, it overheats very quickly, but it makes you go really fast, and it also cools down very quickly, so it's kind of like sprinting, rather than like the Mask or the other Superchargers. Then it's got 3 double heat sinks, probably not necessary, maybe might be necessary, but what else are you going to do with the mech? The mech has... It's about as good as it's going to get. Maybe you could tinker around with the armor, make it something more specific, but this mech is basically all about not getting shot in the first place. So that's what we're going to do. And in we go. Miguel Monte says, a double AC2 burst fire is a joy to Daka. Yeah, it's probably, could be interesting. Glitch says the machine spirit on that mech was on crack. I mean, that's probably what happens when you don't go through the proper rituals of the machine with it. Alright, let's try out the speed on this mech. So this mech goes at 97 kilometers without the mask. With the supercharger, 179 kilometers. So this thing is pretty fast, and that's not even including if we get an upgrade on it. Because we could put an upgrade. I'm gonna have them park over here because it's gonna be stupid if they follow me.
I think we should just speed upgrade that thing.
We could, just for fun.
Turning, acceleration, and top speed.
It should take it to the max. So it'll probably take it over 200 kilometers when we upgrade it.
That'd be hilarious.
Hostiles detected. They breached the perimeter.
So this Marauder BH2 is basically the same as the big Marauder.
I think it replaced the autocannon. Like, I think that's the only difference. Right, so I'm going to sprint towards him. I set my allies to attack him, and the reason I have my allies attacking him is because that's just going to get its attention, so it ignores me. Now I can start grabbing his Robogat, and he's just going to let me do it, and the reason he's going to let me do it is because the others have done enough damage that he doesn't consider me a threat. I'm going to get away from that so he doesn't, like, explode all over my face.
Be on the lookout for them.
So what I'm going to do is basically spot enemies for my allies, and then I'm going to have them get its attention, and then I will grab its Robogat. That's the plan. Using this to catch up to the enemies, get in the position, you know. This one... Let me go and squish this guy real fast. He looks like he really deserves it. Yeah, stop doing that, asshole. As many people know, I really like high-speed mechs. Like, speed is typically my thing. Let my supercharger go a little too long. That's what I get for talking too much. I'm not, like, paying attention. But it's not that big a deal. You're one hit away from death. You know, you're like one hit away from death either way, so what's the big deal? Okay, we're gonna use this to get into position like so. And then we commence the Robogat grabbing. I'm already through his rear armor right there.
Nice work. Your down target is about to go critical.
This is a Hunchback 4P. I wonder who he's targeting. I sure hope it's not me. That would make me very sad. It's not me. So let's go ahead and just get into position, and we're just going to nuke all of his lasers real quick. Who needs lasers? He certainly doesn't need lasers. I'm going to let them finish him off because he's basically useless now. Let's go say hello to that Marauder, I think. I'm going to manually tell my guys to attack these Igors.
What are you doing? Shoot the enemy, not us, dumbass.
This is how you use the AI to its best effect. We got a Jenner over here. I'm not going to shoot him just yet because I don't want him to turn around and shoot me even once. I would really not enjoy that. So I'm going to wait for him to show a little bit of signs of damage. You guys want to shoot some missiles at him? Come on, guys. You can lock on.
Is this Marauder Beer stuck?
Okay, here we go. They did some damage to him, so I'm just going to go ahead and, I don't know, maybe I'll clip his arm off. That's enough damage to him. Let me go find something else to do. I don't really need to finish every one of the mechs off. Once they're crippled, I can leave other people to do stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and tell them to target this Marauder 3L. Meanwhile, I'm going to race over there. Oh, I'm not going to do that, actually.
I'm gonna go. I'll let you guys deal with that. I'm gonna go and get rid of this Marauder.
Okay,
He's stuck.
we can handle that.
Unless there's anything stupidly big, of course.
I'm going to position our allies, like, right over here.
Nav points received. Let's move.
I need to get to the drop location. What do we got? A Marauder? We got 2 Marauders. Wow. What's up with all these Marauders suddenly? I need to make sure I get close enough to get radar contact on them. Okay, so they currently don't know I'm here, and I've got,
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I am probably going to die here.
What happened?
Just survived. He ran into me, he exploded, and I stayed alive just by the skin of my, I guess, my mech ball sack. This is crazy.
Okay, let me just tickle his robot gat, just like so. Now I can do it to this guy. Oh god, he's going looking at me. Don't do that. That's like 1,000 years of bad luck if you even look at me.
I didn't realize the two mechs that we have are both maulers.
Okay, that's the end of him.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
I'm just gonna stay hidden.
Focus target updated.
That's so annoying, I got that stupid glitch again. At least I didn't die this time.
I don't know why. I guess they've never figured out how to fix that.
Target is down.
He just like ran into me, like started running into me, and then like
They're heading
it just felt like he was like grinding or something.
So we got a bunch of junky enemies coming in.
Target javelin.
Should be the last four.
Alright, I'm gonna have them target this Marauder. I'm gonna go ahead and get a visual contact on it so we can get a missile bombardment going on. Alright, they just need to do a little bit of damage to this guy.
Taking a beating, Commander.
A little more than that. Like one more volley, I'll feel safer. There we go. Almost through him. We use that to catch up. Okay, that's the end of him.
Target destroyed.
Coordinating our attack.
Like I said, with really fast mechs, like your objective is just to kind of like you got to be very. You can do a lot of damage, but you need to apply all of your damage to their most vulnerable locations, basically.
Destroyed.
And you also need to know how to use your AI. Your AI can be very useful for specific tasks, but this is a kind of unusual playstyle that, you know, most people are not going to do this playstyle. It doesn't matter what their weight limit is. If they were Atlases, sure, it would take me a little longer to breach their armor, but yeah, I can like tickle I can tickle the taint of an Atlas, and it's not that big a deal. Oh God, he almost didn't count though.
Target acquired.
Shared target identified.
All right, now they're hitting him, so I can hit him now. So sad, but too late for him.
Well done,
I
Commander.
just survived
The
that
area
thing
is
attacking me.
secure.
So that is the Flea 17, and one of the ways that you can use a smaller mech in a larger mission strategically. And if this mech was like more upgraded, like if I used the highest quality weapons and whatnot, then, you know, I'd be able to burn through their armor even faster. Maybe I'd save one more volley of attacks. And like I said, I can kill those Marauders, for example, once they get the attention. I can burn through their rear armor faster than a lot of mechs can kill them through forward armor damage, even. So it's honestly not bad. I'm going to take this Vindicator. Vindicator, kind of weird looking one. Give me these SRMs, I guess. Killed 7 Igors for 1.8 million C-bills. I basically grabbed nothing but kill targets for all of our. Let's go get another Cantina mission.
They're probably the easiest ones, in fairness.
Yeah, just because I don't want to think about it. I just want to kill things, and when we get it, we just get a little bit of extra money. And sometimes we get like a rare weapon, so you know, I want to turn off my brain. Like I don't have time for this
Easy
stuff.
passive income.
Collect the Hunchback, collect, go down. We don't want any of this. I want none of that shit. So let me see what mechs I need to use. I need to use the Marauder Bounty Hunter 2 still. I think you need to use the Archer 2 RB. Let's see if we can find a new mission. Where's a mission? Where's a good multi-op? All of these multi-ops are not the right kind. Oh, triangle heads. Jet Knight says that's his favorite variant of the Vindicator. The Vindicator still has not won a vote yet. Eventually, so the way these seasons work, you guys vote for the mechs, and then I use one model of every single variant. Let me go to the, where is it? Jump to this. Where was the vote? The vote results were right over here. So just for so people understand what this season is about. Basically, you guys vote for mechs, then we also add 1 or 2 mechs on as well in order to not, in case you vote for something really awful and we need to balance it out a little bit. But basically, the mechs that you guys voted for light mechs were Flea, Panther, Commando, Javelin. For medium, Shadowhawk, Crab, Hatchetman, Kintaro, Blackjack. For heavy, Marauder, Jaegermech, Grasshopper, Archer. And then for assault, Annihilator, King Crab, Victor, Marauder 2, and Corsair. Some of these we threw in ourselves, like we threw the Corsair in. Or at least I think we threw the Corsair in. And what we do is we acquire 1 of every single model, and then we try to make a working build for every single model. That way we can say that we have made every single mech at least, and maybe not good, you're not going to claim to be a miracle worker here. If not good, then sufficient. And sometimes good. I think we might get hit by mercenaries in this one. Like, the pay is unusually high. Battlefield Scorched Earth. So I need to use...
Oh no, it's only 230. It's only 230.
I need to use this. Hold on a second. We need to move time forward. Yeah, there we go.
Don't worry about the flea, by the way. He's doing... there's something going on there.
Oh, you're doing something?
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about him.
Okay, you're doing it. Okay, you're doing a thing.
Yeah.
Let me just throw some mechs in that we need to use. Or oh god, the drop weight's pretty low, so we're gonna run with 3 mechs here. Also, let me bring out Raptor again. Raptor's like broke ass has been like sprayed out of his cockpit. All right, so this is another viewer mech. This is Chubby Demon's Bounty Hunter 2. So his Bounty Hunter 2 calls for a pair of binary lasers, a trio of medium lasers short burst, and then an AC-5 rapid fire. It's pretty similar to like what I was just kind of messing around with, just tinkering around with it. I think the best build would probably be a PPCX build, but you know, I'm definitely not unwilling to try binary lasers. And one difference is I was using an LBX AC-10. This one's calling for an AC-5 rapid fire. I don't think I'm opposed to that. I don't think I have a problem with that. And it's got a decent bit of cooling, an extra 1.6 cooling per second from all of these double heat sinks. Is that going to be enough to keep the binary lasers cranking? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Battlefield is Tourmaline Rubelite. Primark says, would love to stay longer, but it's midnight over here, and he is getting tired. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Primark, for stopping by, good sir. Have a good night.
He is 2 hours ahead of me. Must be like
China? Yeah. Thought so.
No, like
Indonesia.
Germany, maybe Germany.
Indonesia.
Yeah, maybe Indonesia. It's definitely not like. Oh, already?
Oh, the
That's only
Mercury.
2. What about? Okay, I get it. I'm just gonna punch them. I forgot this thing is Battle Fist. Battle Fist!
I am going to, like, blast these idiots. I'm just going to give them everything I've got on cooldown. Oh god, it's pretty spicy. It's a spicy meatball. Binary laser is so spicy. Talk about just like getting like a free few million C-bills just for like doing basically nothing. Like damage was so minor, it's completely irrelevant.
And they just lost like 2 mechs, just completely wiped out within.
So because the heat is still tough on this mech, we got to make sure our binary. We don't want to shoot our binary laser unless we have a good shot.
I did find it a little bit too spicy as well, to be honest.
I mean, what can you do with binary laser though? I mean, I guess we could get higher tier binary lasers or something.
4 of them on a really big mech is about the only thing, probably. Right, let's see if we can snipe him. He's a bit more.
Alpha 1-1, this is Sierra 2-1.
We gotta start using. We gotta use the binary laser combo before people like accuse me of like false advertising too.
I got him.
That's it for our airstrike support. We're on our own now.
Oh yeah, you hit the Panther. Alright, here we go. We're gonna focus locking the arms.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
When I fire the
They
binary
flee.
lasers, locking
Flee.
the arms is a good idea.
Target flee.
He just tanked like a punch.
Looks like you have that under control, so I'm just gonna, you know,
Not sure
do
that I
my
do.
thing.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
So you
I mean,
get-
this is not awful so far. It's not, I mean, I just destroyed a panther. I'm not gonna pat myself on the back over it, but I gotta send something a little beefier before I pat myself on the back. But so far, I'm not like, you know, I don't hate it so far. All right, here we go. This thing is so fast. I don't even want to shoot this thing with my binary lasers. It's gonna be like a massive, like... It's just making a fool out of me right now.
Tango, eliminated.
Well, somebody got it at least.
Target acquired.
All right, we've got a or a hunchback
Hostiles
4
inbound.
4
Brace for
HP.
contact,
All right, here we go. I'm gonna like lock the arms, going right for his main weapon right there.
Good kill, Commander. That
I gotta say, if you really focus that damage, you can get a decent effect. Though one of the big problems is when you fight an elite enemy. The elites just have so much damage reduction that sometimes it just doesn't even matter.
That matches the class of beast we're after. Take it out.
Target destroyed. New target in
All right, there's a champion.
Target acquired.
I'm ready to hit somebody. Here we go. Focusing the lasers. Pretty decent damage there.
engaging large target.
Oh, it went down
Tango
first. Jeez.
down.
You know, a cat.
Hostiles are
He's gonna like
escalating their assault on your
tag,
position, Commander.
run after it.
Be careful.
I mean, I don't think that the binary lasers are going to be better than PPCX, but it's not the worst either. It's like it could be a lot worse. That's one thing I can say about this. It could be way worse.
Okay, well I am within my missiles range here, obviously.
New target champion.
Another champion. I feel like we haven't fought many champions in this playthrough. Do I
Haven't
really
done
need?
so many,
I
have
guess
we?
I need to go. I guess I need to get inside here.
A griffin.
Oh, you've almost got the champion down. Yeah, there's the griffin. I'm not gonna fire the binary laser when its arm is facing me. I think that's just an ugly shot.
Nice work. Your down target is about to go critical.
Right here is not bad though. Right on his rear armor, got through it.
Destroyed.
I think that's the big key with the binary laser. You do not want, just because you've got a shot, basically having a lock and having a good shot are different things.
Hey, Dawnfire hit the Manticore? No.
Target acquired.
It's like way in the corner, unfortunately.
How is that not hitting him?
There might be like a rock in the way or something. Dara says it's still going to overheat. I feel like for binary lasers, they need to decrease the heat or find a way to get the heat per second 2.2 to 2 per binary laser, and good luck finding that amount of like double heat sinks. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's...
the thing is, according to the lore, the binary laser wasn't really a successful weapon just
Your
due to its
objective
heat.
is complete, Commander. When you're ready
Because,
to
like,
leave
what
the
is the
fray,
binary
I'll
laser?
report
The
the
binary
ship out
laser
and
was
get you
basically
there.
a weapon. It's called the binary laser because they basically strapped two large lasers together to try to, like, increase its damage output. And the experiment worked. I mean, they were able to get, you know, more output. But it wasn't necessarily... Just because it worked, it doesn't mean it was a successful weapon. So it's not so necessarily supposed to be the optimal weapon, per se, according to the lore. So, I mean, perhaps it makes sense that that's the way it is, but...
Incoming missile.
Pretty good center torso damage here.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Looks like you've got their attention.
Like, you really gotta focus those beams. You focus those beams, like, then, you know, it's not... It's kind of like the laser version of a heavy rifle, but...
Freaking laser beams!
Target acquired. Target
You ready to go out?
Yeah, go for it. All right, I think we've tried all the viewer mechs. Like, let me double check. I think we've tried them all. So the viewer mechs we needed to try was... jump to present. We need to try the Grasshopper 5M. We did that. The Kintaro Golden Boy, the Archer 2 RB, the Flea 17, Panther 10P, Marauder 5A, and the Bounty Hunter 2. And I believe we did all of those. I don't know if we did the 5A.
I did.
Okay, I think I still need to do that one.
The 5A is basically just a bigger version of the exact same mech you've just used.
Oh, yeah. I haven't used this one. I'll use that one in a bit. I really want to try out the, I really want to do... What is this mission? Oh, this is a Scorched Earth? Maybe this is not the ideal time to use this. We'll do it next time. I will find a mission for it, because I really want to try out the, I'll do the Chubby Custom on this one. You can either use a big mech, or we'll drop with 2, or you can use, like, a smaller mech, and we'll drop with 3.
Just have a wee look at what we have here.
Oh, while he's choosing that, I will show you what build this is. So this is Chubby Demon's another viewer build. This is his Marauder 5A. It's got a pair of binary lasers, a pair of medium laser short burst, an AC5 rapid fire. So very similar to the Bounty Hunter build. And then it's got a whole bunch of heat sinks. 3.3 cooling per second, which might actually be better. Let me see what the cooling on the Bounty Hunter was. Cooling on the, yeah, no, it's a little bit stronger, just like a pinch stronger than the Bounty Hunter. But yeah, I mean, we'll try it. It should be very similar.
You got 85 tons to play with, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me go a little heavier then.
Or is it 75?
That's fine. This is close
75.
enough. Okay, so you're trying out that weird, like, the peener. You're trying out the Kintaro peener, the 18 peener.
Yeah, the 18 peener.
You stab people
18-inch peener.
Stab people with the peener.
Prepare for battle mech departure.
Like, I don't know. I've wanted to try the Lance just because I feel like the Lance doesn't get used very much.
Stand clear.
It's supposed to
It's
have
a
more
weird
reach.
looking thing.
Like, it's supposed to have more reach.
Sensors online. Weapons
That's
So we're
just
gonna
like,
poke with our extra long peener.
yeah, you can stab him with your peener. Why does my mech look so weird? Why does the mech look so weird? Huh, I guess that's just the paint scheme showing through. Like, that would be this very unusual paint job, I guess. Like, you know, we can actually, like, physically see it. It's like, it feels like I'm inside of, like, one of these, like, custom-built PCs with, like, the RGB LEDs on the interior. Like, this is the gamer seat. This is the Marauder gamer seat.
Is that what we're doing here? Are we demolishing this?
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
even
it's
doing?
demo mission.
Negative on the strike, Alpha 1-1. We are not at go yet. Alpha 1-1, this is Sierra 2-1.
Glitch says there's a weird paint job. The mushrooms were kind of funny. Yeah, this is the Storm Surge paint job, which was a custom paint job that I think came in Rise of Rasselhag, I want to say is where it originated from.
Yeah, it might have done, yeah.
It's the only one that has kind of like a animated, it's the only animated paint scheme. I don't know why they didn't add more like that, but yeah, it's the only one with an animated paint scheme. Here we go. It's gonna take a shot at them because it's gonna take me a moment to get there.
Peener.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to climb up that. It's way too steep.
Ooh, I need to. Why? Fucking blown out there.
Dragon. Target acquired.
Wait, who invited this guy? I don't want to fire the binary lasers yet. I'm gonna lock my arms. Okay, that was like a little overkill, but you know, it's fine, you know. Sometimes you do a little bit of overkill.
Our target is now marked. Go get him.
Battle mech spotted crossing the outer perimeter. They're headed straight for...
Oh, this is a great shot right here. On his back. Unfortunately, the PPC actually successfully scrambled my aim enough where I was aiming in the wrong spot. All right, here we go. Locking my arms.
Here.
Target destroyed.
Did you stab him with the peener?
Yeah, he was dead hard over there.
Broken.
Oh, I gotta get on to target.
Incoming missile.
So many small targets are terrible for the binary laser.
Good kill,
Got
Commander.
him?
That mech is going critical.
Target acquired. Incoming missile.
Did about 30% damage of that. It's not bad.
Okay, get this guy out of here. I'm gonna blast this guy with the binary laser, locking the arms. Really? He lived?
Target destroyed.
Oh, we're supposed to be destroying this.
Integrity of
Rapid
the
fire,
message.
very good at destroying buildings.
We're halfway there.
Fantastic at devastating buildings. Got the satellite. Looks like I'm gonna need to start walking through some walls to finish the job here, so.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
New target legacy.
There is no way I'm gonna hit this with binary laser at this range. It's way too close. Okay, he's getting a little farther. Maybe I can zap him. Locking my arms. Ugh!
Tango down.
He's making me look
You
stupid.
did it, Commander.
I gotta
Done.
unlock my
Fighters have been
arms.
flattened. Now, let's get out of here before more
Okay, we
trouble
got him.
arrives. Head to the evac zone.
Target acquired.
Yeah, so yeah, this is very,
Evac
very
zone.
similar to the Bounty Hunter BH1. I mean, I guess the main advantage is going to be the armor. Oh, here we go. Locking the arms.
Enemy mech destroyed.
If you don't know how to lock your arms, the shortcut is Z. Turn it on and off. Useful when you really need to like focus fire your weapons.
Our window for extraction is closing. Let's get out
Painter.
of here.
Look at my peener.
The peener. Maybe I'll call it Evil Larry. Like Evil Larry is known for the peener.
Yeah.
Let me just grab these down the list. I mean, it was very similar to the Bounty Hunter. It would just have more armor, and also it weighs more. But you know, very, very similar overall. You know, I'm not sure how well it would do against like really worthy enemies, but you know, like in this very basic test, it did okay. But you know, I'm doubtful about how they would perform, just due to like binary laser is a very difficult weapon to use. Like you really need a critical mass on it. Speaking of needing a critical mass, it's time to go use the. Let me go find an appropriate mission.
This will look really dirty.
All right, we got a war zone. We need something good. Need a good mission. Let me see.
There's the Waco Rangers. Do you want to fight them?
We need like I want like a war zone contract, like just something just straight up just battling it out, so we could try out 8 binary lasers. Glitch says that he doesn't really like that particular paint job because he prefers more militaristic colors. I mean, I guess you could try militaristic colors on the Storm Surge. I'm not sure how that would look, but you know, you could do it. Okay, here we
If
go.
you're in, like-
Battlefield contract.
Maybe if you're in like Las Vegas with all like neon lights, that'll like fit in perfectly.
I mean, you could do like digital camo, or do like, you know, like urban colors, but you're just like all shimmering and shit. It's just like, oh shit.
Maybe it can change color like a chameleon. So like whatever environment you're in, it'll like change the color of.
Let's just take full money here, because like I really don't care that much. Well, I'll take a little bit of salvage in case there's like an interesting weapon, but I don't even really want a mech even. 15 salvage in case there's some good weapons. All right, we're gonna try it here.
Do you know those? What one do you want? Do you want the Annihilator or do you want
Yeah, I'm using
the?
I already used the King Crabs. I'm using the Annihilator.
Yeah.
All right, so what's special about these mechs? These mechs, the King Crab, where is he? King Crab Kaiju has 4 Tier 5 binary lasers, and it's been loaded up with a set of upgrades. So it's got some upgrades, and then so does the Annihilator. This Annihilator also has 4 binary lasers and a whole bunch of heat sinks, and then it also has upgrades. Doesn't have as many upgrades because it doesn't have as many upgrade slots, but you know, so now we've got the power of 8 binary lasers of the maximum quality, including some damage upgrades and some range upgrades. So, and a whole bunch of heat sinks. What were you saying?
If you want to be particularly goofy, we could bring the Marauder 5A and the Bounty Hunter and have 12 binary lasers.
We could do that. Like, I don't, you know, like they're not necessarily going to be able to, like, I don't think they'll be able to focus fire with us very well. But...
Nah, they're not going to be very good. But just for the fun of it.
Where did they go? This one, and
No.
then where's the Bounty Hunter?
Glitch, I mean, if you were fighting in Las Vegas, perhaps these funky looking mechs might fit in, is what I mean.
All right, let's do it.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, to be honest. I kind of just make all my mechs like black, gold, and red, to be honest.
The good news is that we can rack up a big salvage payout.
Big salvage payout.
All right, so this is it. The Here Comes the Sun build. Oh, the mercenaries are on our side.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was kind of hoping to blast them, to be honest. Although I quite like the Wicker Rangers. Come on, Wayne, let's go. What have you brought us? Ooh, that's a nice
Oh,
guy.
he brought a Mauler. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's a 1R.
It's not-
It's not one of the cheap ones.
No.
New target Blackjack.
What else did he bring us? An Atlas, an Orion, and
It's honestly not bad. It's pretty nasty stuff.
yeah, except for the Centurion.
New target.
There's a
Hunchback.
Hunchback. This area might be a good place to fight, and it's pretty, like,
Yeah,
clear,
honestly, I
open
agree.
clearing. Let them come to us.
Will we just nuke this guy together?
If I can get in the position, possibly.
I've got my eyes on him.
Oh,
Still
yeah,
ain't
go
ready.
for it. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, we picked a different guy.
I still seared
well.
off this Blackjack's, like, side torso.
Target
Okay, they both dead.
destroyed.
Okay, well, maybe we should call the mech next time. That was some...
I mean, those weren't
L-
those were not important targets,
Target
anyways.
acquired.
No. That was some L tier collaboration. What's this guy doing? Don't you shoot laser missiles at me? No, you're dead.
Target destroyed.
Additional contacts just cross the perimeter, Commander.
So this is the
Expect
season
company
2
soon.
paint scheme for the channel. I always change the stripe for each season. So right now we're in the kind of like light blue, like the sky blue season. The colors don't have any meaning. They're just there for like a slight variation in color.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Right, charging up.
New target
Okay,
Thunderbolt.
so I think that whatever gets here first, I assume it's going to be that Thunderbolt.
I want to kill this Atlas. He's in my way and I'm being very annoying.
There's an assault mech as well,
Target
but I
acquired.
think this Thunderbolt is the target.
Nice! Get out of my way! Thank you. I don't know. He just said, man, I think it's the Battle Master, to be honest.
New target
Oh, he's
Okay.
going back in the building.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have a
Please don't
clean
go.
shot on him. I don't have a clean shot on either of them.
I have a clean shot on the Battle Master just about.
He is out of my line. He's like he needs to clear these buildings. Okay, I've got a clean shot on the Battle Master.
Okay, no, the Atlas is in my way. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oof.
Elite. He is elite, so he's a little tougher.
And he's running his round as well.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
So, okay, see that Atlas? I'm just gonna kill it. He's just annoying me now. You've lost. Yeah, thank you. You have just lost all
Okay, I'm recharging.
interest for me. Me too.
I'm
I'm
ready.
ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, go!
Target destroyed.
Tell
He
you
just got
what.
sliced in half. I don't think he's a single portion of his top half left.
Yeah, it's like we just like introduced them to like the sun for a moment.
On your position.
And the rest of you, stupid Waker Rangers, better behave. Stay behind us, or that's what happens. Okay, so they're landing in the other corner now, behind us, towards the south.
Yeah, I just wish they would like scatter a little more. Like, I don't mind if they follow us, but you know, like scatter a little bit more. Like they don't need to
Just
follow us so
stand in front
tightly.
of me. Like, just don't stand in front of me. That's all I'm asking. What's this? They brought a Zeus. A Zeus.
Who's gonna get here first?
Acquired.
Probably that trebuchet? Question mark.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what that was. A dervish or something as
I'm
well.
gonna
I'm not
order
sure
our
what the hell
guys
it
to
is.
move aside.
New target.
Enforcer, actually.
Oh
Yeah, the
man.
Enforcer just got absolutely like put in the grave.
Holding at location.
Almost. Do we want to go for that Zeus?
Yep, you finish him.
Good kill.
Clean.
That mech is going critical.
And two, like, that's pretty nasty. That is actually really nasty. Do you know that?
Well, because
And
it's like
like-
it's just enough. Because like a lot of these enemies do require a second blast, but when you have two people, you have the second blast.
I mean, we are barely damaged as well. Like, we could do this all day.
Well, because like the big
4,
question with
5
binary
minutes?
laser was
Everything else to the south, or to the north. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna
The issue is if
scoot
you're-
over this way.
If you're playing this legitimately, like getting this number of
Yeah,
tier 5 binary
that-
lasers is gonna suck.
Yeah, they did not do a good job of like supporting the new equipment. I think that's part of the problem as well.
Tango down.
It's funny because the like PVCX I don't feel is very hard to find.
No, you can just buy them out of the store. Unless you want a PPCX TED tier 5, like that's a little different, but...
Tango eliminated.
But then I guess the lower tier ones are still good, whereas
Yeah, with binary laser, you definitely want...
You need the tier 5.
You get what you pay for with binary laser.
Right, what else was there? Oh, they just took fear. The Death Star of mechs. Oh, no, they literally have took fear. They are not coming.
Are you serious?
They're... Nope, they are not moving at all.
I'm just pointing out that, like, moving is not my specialty.
I blame Andrew Tate.
Oh, wait, the blackjack is on the move. Left
Of
side.
course it is.
Target acquired.
He's like, I don't want to go around the corner.
Neither would I.
I sneaked at the wrong time.
Target destroyed.
I got defeated by some... Probably your butt, Sasha, to be honest with you. My dog's butt probably caused me to sneeze there. I think she destroyed my, like, nose.
Well, I mean, we wanted to see how good is the binary. Can the binary laser actually be good?
Okay,
And
let's
like,
see.
you know, we had to push it to the limit. We had to push it to the limit, chat.
That's all the kills we need, Commander.
Wow.
Stay as
You
long as
got
you
them.
like.
I mean, like,
Okay.
let's work our way to the extraction point, but, you know,
It's gonna take a while to be fair.
that's also true. It is 1.2 kilometers away, so...
I get a bit annoyed that they're like just spawning in the very corners of the map. Like, come on. Oh, here we go. There we go. Thank you. You've answered my request.
Alright, I'm ready. Who do you
Centurion,
want?
please, get out of my face. I want the Centurion to get out of my face.
Target trebuchet.
That's one of them.
Acquired.
Oh,
Clear the area. That mech is about to go critical.
Did you just vaporize that guy?
yes.
Excessive structure damage. Request support.
Really? Who's taking damage?
Target acquired.
The Marauder 2.
Target destroyed.
The Muller, you're the only one that has not caused me any aggravation so far, so you can stay alive for now.
Like, our allies are just here to, like, lose us money.
I literally couldn't shoot because the two guys were standing in front of us. And if I could have shot there, like, I would not have lost his binary laser. Any more? Or is that? Have they just given up?
They'll probably have at least one more by the time we get to the extraction, to be honest.
We're on the move. Holding at your waypoint.
No, go to the extraction.
We're moving into position.
I'm just gonna send them to extraction, because, like, they're not really useful.
You can say that again.
Like, if you could get 4 players with 4 binary lasers, that would be out of control.
That would be totally stupid, wouldn't it? I always wanted to thought, like, what would that be like with, like, to the King Crab car or some of those with, like, a whole bunch of AC2 rapid fires. Brace myself. I'm braced. Behind us.
At requested location.
900 meters.
I'm gonna move right over here, where I get a better angle.
I'm just gonna step in front of this Mauler and hope he doesn't do it. Do what his friends did. Don't you do what your friends did.
Okay, I'm in position.
They have dropped absolutely nothing of value, but anyway, let's annihilate them anyway.
Subunit closing in on enemy position.
Target destroyed.
Oh, my aim
Oh, he
was off.
survived!
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Wow.
Gave him the
This makes
treatment.
makes the slow spawning so painful, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. This is probably not a bad way to farm the mechs on this mode either. This is probably not, because, you know, you don't run out of ammo.
Nope.
Yeah, you have no ammo
ammo.
concerns, so... You know,
You
there's
had
just...
like an icy mission.
The only thing you have to worry about is, yeah, especially on a cold, if you're in an Arctic biome, then you wouldn't have to worry about ammo. I mean, like, if they have long-range weapons, they might be able to just, like, slowly wear you down. Or if they just dump, like, an ass ton of just, like, elite stalkers or something, then sure, they could, like, wear you down. But it's honestly, like, you know, I could actually see this, like, lasting for a while. And now the build is extremely specific. It's such a specific build, but...
It is, yeah.
Oh my god.
And you need a lot of investment for it. Okay, I'm definitely leaving. We're very scared right now. We would really hate for more mechs. I knew that would happen. Every time. Every time. It's like clockwork.
I wish you could, like, taunt the AI. Be like, oh, you guys are a bunch of, like, stupid idiots. Bunch of dummies. Like, you definitely can't beat me. And, like, just, like, force the game to send the next wave in.
Do they listen? Like, I've just pretended to leave.
Once you're
and they
actually
listen.
trying to go, when you're trying to leave, they send a ton of guys in. And then when you, like, when you're not
I was
trying
like
to leave...
miles outside, like, optimized range.
Yeah,
So
I
did
can't
hit
even
them, to
see
be fair.
them.
See, that's crazy how, like, much the damage, like, drop-off is from that range. That's only 200 meters outside of the...
Nice work. Your target is about to go critical.
Depending on how,
range.
it could be worth it depending on how many enemies there are, or if they're like really like fragile targets. But like
Yeah, true.
against like a tough elite one, you know, the loss of damage could be a problem.
Especially if you're gaining massive amounts of heat. Don't know what the other guy's on the right.
New target Centurion.
I don't have a clear shot on him. You did.
Target destroyed.
And I guarantee you,
Acquired.
nothing's gonna spawn him without tanks coming. Okay, I'm slightly faster. I'll go see if I can get rid of it.
It's annoying because like
Thanks.
this is the ideal place to fight the enemies.
And we're just not getting them. Nothing of any.
Okay, at least
Yeah.
at least there was a good angle on him.
Just about. I literally just clipped him going in the corner. Okay. We sure would hit if you sent more enemies.
I'm just gonna tell our allies to get even closer to the evac, so that like in the event we just need to like get out of here. I'll just switch to one of them and walk in.
We're definitely leaving.
Oh my god, I'm trying to do a test here, and like the game just doesn't want to cooperate. I'm trying to like
We're
actually.
definitely.
Station.
We've got really low health. We sure would hit if more enemies came.
It'd be very inconveniencing if enemies tried to cut us off. It's funny that
Okay,
almost
but
all of the
enough
Waco
falling for it.
Rangers have been destroyed, despite the fact that it's all been us.
They've all been destroyed now.
In the vicinity.
I get a now
Look out
having a
for
shadow.
further hostiles.
All right, here we go.
These guys are getting annoying.
That must be one of the tanks we're contracted for.
Oh, these ones didn't come in through a drop pod, so it's a rifleman and a bunch of light mechs.
Of course, they're like a million miles away.
And they'll probably get glitched out. They'll be like, we don't know how to get to you. We got lost.
We're just like standing side by side with like random little. Oh, here comes a locust.
Target locust. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target
There he
destroyed.
is.
Rifleman PC.
Red on his center torso. There we go.
Target destroyed. Heat critical.
Damn.
Target
Let's
destroyed.
get rid of that tank.
So far, so good. Like I said, they got to send some nastier stuff, though.
They haven't really sent anything. What is it? This is a 400-ton drop weight as well.
I mean, I chose a decent mission, or at least I thought I chose a decent mission. I guess I was wrong. It wasn't decent enough.
Target destroyed.
We're
I'll
almost
laser
up to
myself
1
through
million
all these
sea
buildings.
bills.
There's achievements for that in there, or do you have to do it like 5 times or something?
What happened?
I think there's an achievement for that, maybe.
Yeah.
Enemy reinforcements spotted in the area.
I mean, they will get faster. Like, the longer you stay, the faster they get. I will say that.
Target acquired.
What is that?
New target wolfhound.
They give you quite a bit of money, don't they?
Yeah, they were definitely worth killing, just for like a little extra cash there.
Flipping back into formation here. Parallel parking. Like king crab.
Target acquired.
Wow. Totally just glazed off the side of him.
So
Orange
Corey
for you.
says the Annihilator is fulfilling its role as like an oversized turret. I'm also fulfilling my role in that the Annihilator was meant to hold enemies back. It was meant to be a defensive unit in a city.
2 mechs and a dropship.
And we haven't even defeated the last wave. Now it's like when it rains it pours.
Target acquired.
Okay, that's some moderately interesting stuff.
Target destroyed.
I think I'm gonna go for
Excuse
that.
me?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the one right in front of me.
Nice work. Your down target is about to go critical.
Well, they're actually starting to do a bit of damage.
Commander, that mech is going critical.
These PPCs are getting very annoying.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, the actual loss in accuracy is actually playing a role.
Heat critical.
Oh, I didn't quite finish off that rifleman.
Full burst. Weapon systems are down. Locking
Target
out
destroyed.
undetected.
Target
Heading back to
acquired.
He's trying to do a bit of damage to me.
Tried to get his arm right there.
Incoming missile.
Oh, I overheated.
Target
I
destroyed.
timed that perfectly. Literally, I think I overheated by like 2 heat. There was something else.
Still holding them back.
I think I can probably do one more wave. As long as it's not as... These were a lot of long range mechs, which was a little bit annoying.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's like, basically, if they bring a lot of long range mechs, then they could just like wear us down through just getting
If they had a
some
brain,
chip
that's
damage
different.
in.
These guys here should start within range. They're about 800 meters away, so
Let's see what we got.
basically as soon as they come around that corner.
Another trebuchet.
Target acquired.
More riflemen. Yeah, multiple riflemen. Oh,
Target
Oh, he just got
destroyed.
laid out. Yeah, they're going for me. I'm just gonna hide a little bit. Just let you take a bit of the heat.
beat up the rifleman a bit. I'm gonna go for a second shot on him.
They're still looking at me, are they? No, they're not.
Rifleman's down.
Destroyed. Target acquired. Incoming missile.
Caught on that wall.
Heat critical.
Can you finish off that dervish? Yeah, nice, nice.
Target destroyed.
Well placed kill shot.
Ooh, you headshot.
Okay.
System
I overheated,
something elite.
but that was a kill shot.
Something elite coming.
new
I know I leaked.
target, Atlas.
Atlas.
That's what I mean.
Let's count shot on the Atlas or on any of these 100
Incoming
tons.
missile.
King Crab. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, now.
Oh no. Goodbye.
Okay, we'll get rid of this Atlas. He's gonna come around the corner, is he? Or is he stuck?
More enemies inbound. They
Not sure.
really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out.
He's coming on the left hand side. 3,
I got a visual.
2, 1,
Incoming
go.
missile.
Oh no.
Destroyed.
Okay, these guys are spawning at that really annoying distance, so these missile mechs I'm gonna have to hide because I'm in red armor.
Look how much money
yeah.
the money has jumped up so much.
So rifleman, centurion, and something else. Hunchback maybe.
I think it's another rifleman, large lasers and PPCs. Oh wow.
That was actually outside of range as well.
Acquired.
Something coming on the right hand side.
Got him.
Spotted.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that hunchback will 1-8 health if you want to try and kill him.
Let's see if I can tickle him, but he's not quite. There we go.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh man, you pierced right through him there.
Yeah. He just hit me with a PPC too. There's another dropship coming in. Another rifleman.
Man, what's with these riflemen?
Just see if I can get. If he stops still, I might go for a headshot here at this range.
Can I hit him here? Okay, yeah, I can't hit him here.
Ah, tickled him but didn't kill him.
He's red on his armor.
That's gonna alpha strike and kill him. Oh wow, he survived that. That's crazy. Nice. That's a 2 million seatbelts here. That's kind of freaky.
Well, it's like those assault mechs were worth a ton of C-bills. And they absolutely got obliterated. Basically, like, the bigger they get, the easier it is to hit them.
Hostiles inbound.
And then they actually wind up dying faster.
They do, yeah. Okay, another dropship left hand side.
I like it when they drop on the left side.
Yeah, I like the left side better because they kind of funnel through the two of the then buildings.
Target acquired.
Another
Trebuchet and
trebuchet. They
something
really love
else.
these trebuchets. Zeus. Elite Zeus.
Yeah, let's get something else there. Right.
Oh, and a
Oh,
Jaeger
okay,
mech.
the whole lot. I
I'm
know,
just gonna hit
Centurion.
this Jaeger mech. Jaeger mech is beat up, but he's not dead. Good.
Dead.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Hitting the Zeus. Good.
Target destroyed.
Okay, I'm gonna hide. They're gonna destroy my arm. Basically. Oof, just saved that on time. I think it's time for me to back out.
Heat critical.
So I'm gonna join these other guys at the
Okay.
escape. And I'll let you do what you wanna do.
Incoming missile.
It's interesting that they were focusing on me rather than you for the most part there.
I would say it's because the mech probably has a higher priority. Okay, I took him out.
Because of the hero.
I'm just gonna switch to the other mech, and we're just gonna jump right on into that.
Nice.
Hostiles are
Hey, what, an extra 2 million
assault
seagulls,
on
not
your
bad.
position, Commander. Be careful. Happy you made it out of there
Took them a
alive,
while to
Commander.
actually crank up their population, but you know, an interesting test for what the binary laser is capable of doing when you go all in on it. You see, so some weapons, they don't seem very good, but they kind of have a break point where, like the heavy rifle isn't very good on its own, but if you can
Nice
hit a
dodge.
break point on it, then you reach a point where, like, basically with the heavy rifle, you get to the point where you kill an enemy in one hit. Once you reach that break point, that's when the heavy rifle is suddenly a lot better. But it's not a very good weapon individually. Like, a single heavy rifle really doesn't help too much. And I believe we're seeing that kind of same interaction with the binary laser, where it's not a very good weapon on its own, it might not even be a very good weapon with 2. Maybe with 2 very high-quality ones, you know, that'd be a different story. But once you hit a certain amount of them, you reach, like I said, you reach kind of like the burst damage breakpoint is what you're kind of looking for. I'll take one of these, and then how about anything that's 2? PPC, sell the PPCs are good to sell. They're worth a decent bit. Yeah, and it's like, even though, like, I got 24 kills, even though I did technically more damage and more kills, like, the AI, I believe, is just programmed to perceive the King Crab Kaiju as a greater threat. Probably why the Bounty Hunter 2 was prioritized over the Marauder 2 as well. But, honestly, pretty good. Let's get over to one of these locations for repairs. But there we go. So we tried out the 4 binary lasers. So what are your thoughts? I'd also like to know, chat, what did you think about seeing the binary laser build? Do you think it's like a gimmick? Do you think like, oh, you know, kind of cool, kind of a parlor trick though, you know, not sure how practical it is in practice, you know, or did you think like, no, this actually could be something, you know, maybe you could see yourself if you had the combination of equipment to deploy such a strategy. And what about you, Sheriff? Like, what are your current thoughts about the binary laser now that we've tried it in this kind of setup?
Yeah, I mean, when you're comparing it to every other mech in the game, it's hard to say. I'm on the fence between it being like super strong, but being a total pain in the arse to set up if you're playing this game legitimately. And you're trying to get these binary lasers, you know, organically. And to be honest, it really helps when you have another person running side by side. I think it's really good, but I think it's a pain in the arse for what it is. Like, for example, like a Mauler KO is gonna, or any of the Maulers, for that matter of fact, substantially easier to set up and maybe not quite as effective, but certainly not tickling the arse off it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think it's a really heavy investment. You know, you need to get these weapons, you need to get all the upgrades, you need to have double heat sinks. And I do think there's mechs that aren't just quite as good, but substantially easier to set up and cheaper to maintain. So I'm on the fence, if I'm being honest. But I think the results are pretty clear. It's very, very, very strong. I'm not sure what you think about that. Just the practicalities of it, I think, are a bit odd.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where I wanted to see, did I want to write binary laser off as a bad weapon? At first, the answer was yes, but I was like, I wonder if there's some potential in there, because the binary laser seems kind of like the heavy rifle, and I believe we've demonstrated that, yes, the binary laser can be a lot like the heavy rifle. However, unlike the heavy rifle, it is way harder to obtain tier 5 binary lasers. Like, that's like one of the really big issues there. So I find it to be rather impractical to set up, but if you did set it up, then I definitely think it is a viable way to fight. However, there are some extra catches. I definitely think it is quite a bit less effective if you don't have at least one other person playing with you in order to kind of like follow up and secure those kills. Because you can potentially kill enemies in one single blast of the quadruple binary laser, but it's definitely not a guaranteed thing, especially as the enemies increase in pilot skill. Like veteran pilots have a bigger defense, have more defense, so they just reduce the damage they take, and elite pilots reduce the damage they take even more. But you absolutely saw it shred through. That King Crab got absolutely vaporized. That Atlas just got absolutely vaporized. In fact, it seems like the binary laser might be better in a higher difficulty situation where you're fighting more slow-moving mechs, where you can really focus fire onto that center torso or onto their head. And it was less effective against these medium and kind of heavyweight enemies with these long-range fire support capabilities, like the riflemen were actually slowly starting to grind us down. Those Jaeger mechs were slowly starting to grind us down. So I actually think that it would be better against assault mechs, because then you could focus all 8 of the beams on one guy and just bam, just knock him out of the fight. Like that Atlas, I don't even think it got a single shot off of anything. Like it just went down just immediately. And that was like the end of it. So overall, I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of a neat idea. I also would say it's both at the same time. I kind of think it is a gimmick play style, but something I think something can be a gimmick and also work at the same time. And the reason I still think it's a gimmick is just because it's really hard to set it up. And when you do set it up, It is good, but I think you could still get pretty similar results from like Artemis LRMs, lots of AC5s, lots of AC2s, like, and your AI would be more reliable there if you just had a whole bunch of bombarding people at like 1,000 meters, upgrade your radar range so you can detect them sooner, just volleying the shit out of people. I think you could get something comparably good. Same with like heavy rifles are easier to set up. On the other hand, they're it's kind of hard to find a mech with 4 heavy rifles. You mainly got the King Crab car. I guess you could argue the same thing with the binary lasers. You got to use the Kaiju and the Annihilator 1E. So, but you know, the main thing is that it's way easier to get it's way easier to get tier 5 heavy rifles. So like overall, I think it's both. I think it is a gimmick just because it's kind of ridiculous to try to get this stuff to set it up in the first place. But at the same time, it's a gimmick that still works. That's kind of like my conclusion on binary lasers. As far as using binary lasers as a general purpose weapon, I really don't think they're super good there. I think there could be an argument as a single binary laser as like a battle cannon style weapon, like maybe if you're using a Highlander, the PPC Highlander, because I really don't think that the PPCX is necessarily the best there just because you got to get so close, and that Highlander doesn't really want to get that close. But I think also the large pulse laser could also be a viable weapon there. I think the ER large laser is a viable weapon there just as like a main laser weapon. Whereas you could use the binary laser, but like I said, it is a very punishing weapon if you don't hit cleanly with it. Even if you spread the damage, like if you rake the laser across their torso and you damage all 3 parts of their torso, I think that's even a wasted shot just because you really want all the damage on one place with that binary laser, whereas it's not as big of a deal with the ER large laser, not as big of a deal with the large pulse laser. So like you could use it as a battle cannon, but like you know, I would still check my results against the large pulse laser and an ER large laser. 2 binary lasers, I'm kind of suspicious about that as well, just because, yes, I was able to kill some enemies, but they tended to be like a panther. Yes, I nuked a panther. What a congratulations there. Nuked a panther as a 75-ton Marauder. Amazing. 2 binary lasers is very hard to sustain. And at the same time, I don't think 2 binary lasers does enough damage to really crack through the armor and like threaten critical damage immediately. I think something that's more heat efficient would be better there. But that's kind of what I think about binary laser overall. We're running up on 2 hours, though, so I feel like that is pretty good for today's stream. So I'm going to go ahead and save. We used your battle mechs in today's stream. Let me go ahead and give you the stream schedule, though, so you can see what's going on. Today's 24th. So today at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we played MechWarrior 5. We did mainly your viewer builds. Tomorrow, we will be revisiting mechs that we have used every mech at least once so far. So tomorrow, we will be revisiting mechs that we're curious about, that we want to kind of see taken farther with Lost Tech, mechs that we kind of put away. We're going to do some revisitings, and we're very close to being done with this season. Once we've tested all the mechs to our satisfaction, and we've kind of answered our questions, what we will then do is we will review all of the mechs. That will probably be its own stream because there's so many mechs to review. So that one probably won't have any combat. It will just be our final analysis on what we think was good and what we think wasn't that good. What were the hidden gems, mechs, so that next time you do a fresh playthrough, maybe you'll see one of these mechs and you didn't know it was actually based. You didn't know it was actually like really good. And next time maybe you'll pick that mech up instead of overlooking it. That's kind of the goal of this play style, to find the hidden mechs that were actually good that you might not have considered. And then for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I will be back on Twitch, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and I will be finishing up the Stellar Blade X Nikkei crossover playthrough because I'm very close to beating the game. In fact, I'm so close to beating the game that I might not even need all 3 streams. I might be able to beat it in either the Thursday stream or the Friday stream alone. So that is what's going to be going on. Other news is on next Tuesday, so that'll be the 1st of July. That is actually when Mecha Break is coming out. I'm going to be making Mecha Break a big part of the channel's content. So here is a brand new mech that they've released. let's actually watch it in better resolution, because I had to download a weak resolution version of it, because due to download sizes or due to upload sizes. So this is a brand new striker that they are showing off. It was not in the beta. It's known as the Stellaris.
Stellaris, a brawler striker developed by Pyrogenesis, featuring extreme mobility and optical camouflage for stealthy infiltration and the swift destruction of key targets.
So this is a lightweight striker, and it's melee focused, so I'm probably going to like it. Very aggressive. Looks like it's going to be really good at hunting down support strikers. That's something I really like to do. I really like to gut the enemy. I really like to pull the rug out from under their feet. So this looks like it's exactly my playstyle. I also like speed, and I like aggression. I also like to settle things in close combat. You can see that when I play MechWarrior 5. My preference is to settle things in close combat.
Its main weapon is the basic Warblade. The blade has a 4-hit combo that consumes energy per use. Each hit deals direct physical damage with knockback and stagger effects.
So this thing's able to combo, which is different. I mean, everyone could combo, but this one's able to continuously combo as long as its jump jets don't overheat.
On distant targets for any follow-up attacks. When airborne and targeting lower altitude units,
That's its
Stellaris
slam
can
attack?
unleash an unparryable downward slash, devastating the enemy below. Its sidearm is Assault Warblade. Tap to unleash a
So
shot
you get a
with
second
3-hit
one.
combo,
They do have a color
dealing
difference.
direct physical damage and staggering the target. This ability consumes energy per use.
So energy is basically like your jump jet power. If you run out of it, you can't move very much. You're very vulnerable, so you don't want that to happen. You do get to get parry there as well. That's very important. Like, it really stinks if you're a meleeer and you can't parry. Welkin has that problem. Welkin, I don't think Welkin can parry, even though it's a meleeer.
You can perform a variety of moves by alternating.
So you can see that this is a continuous combo. Like, there's no break in the combo, but it does use up his energy, and he won't be able to continue it without it.
Right after the main blade to trigger a leap and thrust downward. Perform 2 hits with the main blade, then use the sidearm for a rapid slash. After the main blade's 3rd hit, using the sidearm triggers a spinning slash.
It feels like this feels like what am I playing, like Dark Souls? It's like is it slightly Dark Souls inspired? One thing is that melee attacks, your shielding does not protect you against melee attacks. So like if you don't recognize the UI, he's doing damage through his shielding. So this reminds me of the goof from Mobile Suit Gundam. So you basically attach this thing to him, and when it's attached to them, it sabotages your mobility. So you're basically, this is what I mean. I think it's designed to hunt down support units. It basically hits them with this cable, electrifies them, and then they are not able to escape very effectively. It slows them down. And that, because the thing is, even if you're fast, you know, other people can be fast too. Like, how do you track down someone who's fast, especially if you got to get into melee? That's what it seems like it's used for. You can't use it on 2 people, though. You have to retract the cable and fire it on somebody else.
Target a new enemy. Ox 2, optical camouflage.
And if you thought that wasn't enough, it has a cloaking system.
Optical camouflage renders Stellaris invisible. This makes it immune to enemy lock-ons. Optical camouflage can also be used to cancel stagger.
That's good to know. So the optical camo lets you slip out of enemy
Stealth
combos.
is not foolproof. Attacking or taking damage temporarily breaks it, and enemy recon kits can detect Stellaris and make it briefly
So this is the
targetable.
second stealth-capable striker. The other one was the sniper. One of the 2 snipers is capable of stealth. Falcon, obviously, he's got basically a Beagle active probe-like system where he's able to detect stealth units. So basically, Falcon is probably a counter to this mech.
The sword drone bypasses fluid armor, force fields, and shields, dealing direct physical damage and disrupting enemy lock-on systems.
So it looks like you don't really use this for damage. The damage is pretty light, but the most important thing is it looks like it jams your targeting computer, so you would probably use that as harassment.
Within the force field, but cannot hit
You might also be able to use that
targets
on someone who's a support unit, like if he's performing field repairs. A lot of field repairs require a lock-on to your ally.
Stellaris saves the day.
Definitely seems like a striker that I will be using. Like, that is definitely my playstyle. So, like, but yeah, I will be on that on the 1st of July, which, once again, let's take a look at the calendar when the 1st of July. The 1st of July is going to be on Tuesday, and it launches in my time zone, Eastern Daylight Time, at midnight. So I might actually do a late night stream. Like, I may do, like, you know, just like a midnight stream just to be there during the launch event. That's going to be a thing, though. And I will be playing with the community, and like I said, I will be playing that quite a bit. Like, so expect, like, daily Mecha Break content. I'll probably even do guides for it. I will not do as detailed of guides compared to MechWarrior. MechWarrior kind of gets the special treatment due to my knowledge of the lore. Whereas this is a brand new IP, so it really doesn't have much in the way of lore. So I will not, because like those videos also take a lot of effort. They take like 10 to 14 days to create if I'm uninterrupted. So like I will be making much more, you know, common style guides for it. And yeah, that's what I want to focus the channel on. If you're wondering why am I going to do that, like why am I going to divert so much attention to it, I feel like the support for MechWarrior 5 is basically done. I will be surprised if we get another DLC. If we get another DLC for MechWarrior 5, that would be fantastic. And I don't think Clans has the staying power. I don't think Clans has the replayability to be worth making content for. That does not mean I will stop doing MechWarrior content. It will get deprioritized, though. I'm not going to do as much MechWarrior content, but I want to at least finish the mech guides, making one guide for each mech. And I will still do streams of MechWarrior. I will still go through it because like there's still stuff I want to explore in the game, but I definitely would want to migrate into Mecha Break. That is my objective going forward. Anyways, if you'd like to join the community and either suggest a mech build for me to try, or you would like to join me in playing Mecha Break, which will be a free-to-play game, so you know no harm in giving it a shot. There is a link into the Discord. To join, just click the link. And then at the very top category, the City Gates category, just go to Verify Enrolls. The first post will have a little green emoji. Click it once. It will stay at 1. It will not increase in number. And once you have that, you'll have Alpha Status, which will clear you to post in virtually every channel. The only channels you won't be to post in will be basically like announcement channels or channels that are specifically for read-only, like news channels and stuff like that. If you want to post a mech build for me to use, go to the Entertainment District at the bottom and go to MW5 Viewer Builds. Make sure it is one of the approved mechs, which are the mechs that we're using in this playthrough, which are in the pinned comment in the top right corner, and submit one of those, and I will pin it up and I will try it at my earliest convenience. And if you are interested in Mecha Break, there is a Mecha Break channel. It's in alphabetical order, so you can find it there. Anyways, that is good enough for today's stream. Thanks for being a real chat. It's time for the Sheriff and I to get out of here, though, so we are dipping out. Deuces, everyone, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.